Good morning from super duper frosty Flashley. I don't know if you can see my breath. I'm not going to say it's cold. I'm not going to say it's cold because I woke up this morning and I saw on the news that Chicago is in the grip of some like weird kind of -30 ice snowstorm thing. So I'm not going to complain about the cold. I feel like the sun is too bright. It's way too bright. Anyway, I've been wanting to make this little snippet for you for a while because, well, as many of you know, like I don't have a road bike now, and I've got a fixed gear road bike, but I haven't got like a geared road bike with power. So I'm training on the indoor trainer. With a borrowed bike with a power meter, so I'm still able to train properly. The only issue is, of course, that I can't go outside, but at this time of year, who wants to anyway? Well, it is dangerous, but you also probably can't get a lot done. But what I wanted to talk about was the hours I've done in the last 8 weeks compared with this time last year, and like subsequently like the TSS, and like basically how I've managed to adapt and adopt a different training regime because of it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up some stats here, and if I remember, I'll put them on the screen. But I'll just read them off here anyway. So, like, I've taken my first 8 weeks of training, so that's kind of from the last week of November until like now, pretty much. And here are my stats. So in 2017, the first 8 weeks of training, this is just going to be over 8 weeks now, so bear that in mind, I averaged 19 hours a week. I did 154 hours. I did about 470 kilometers a week and around 807 TSS a week. I suppose it's relatively big, it's not massive, but I guess it's kind of what you'd get for an average winter, I suppose. Well, that's what I've always done. The last 8 weeks I've done 105 hours, so 13 hours a week. I've done 372 kilometers a week, and I've averaged 628 TSS a week. So, you know, there's a fair difference. There's like in terms of the overall distance and the overall differences, it's 50 hours, 774 kilometers, I've done less. 1500 TSS, and interestingly, and I'll get to this now, but my power, so you know, it's all very well and good me saying that, like, you know, quality is much better than quantity, and like, look, I've done so much less training this week, this past kind of 2 months, look what's happened. But I'm not going to say it's going to work for everybody, and you know, professional athletes, the reason why we have so much time is so that we can do more hours, but it kind of goes back to that thing that, you know, I always support the athletes that work full-time and race a bike against professional cyclists. I always support them because I know that they can still be as good as us, it's just they work for a living. And you know, I've got no problems on at all. You know, when they turn up at races and things like that, it's like, you know, hats off to them. You know, and kind of this kind of half proves it. But when I did my test in November, I tested at 3:35 for 20 minutes, and ironically enough, it was exactly the same the year before, like almost to the date, 335 at the end of my off season. And then when I kind of retested then after 8 weeks, 350 watts, so 349, 350 watts for 20 minutes. That was on Zwift, that was on the indoor trainer, of course, whereas the other one was done outside. Now, last year, I went to Lanzarote, which some of you might remember, and I went up Tabiasco, which is what can be a 20-minute climb, and I went up there, I did a test up there kind of middle of February, and I did 359. So, judging on what you're all saying about, like, you know, hours mean a lot, I've actually got the same bang for my bike. In terms of my 20-minute fitness, my 20-minute effort, I've got the same kind of results, you know, albeit I've tested a month earlier, but I'm only 9 watts away, so you can kind of give or take in that month. So to say that I'm like that close with kind of 6 hours less training a week for the last 2 months, like, I couldn't really believe it when I talked it up, and hence why I wanted to make this short video and tell you about it, because, you know, a lot of riders panic. They think that, you know, they've got to do more. That's the old school mentality of it all. You've got to do hours. And even the guys that go out to training camps, you know, I see Madison Genesis just gone to Calpe. Nothing against that, you know, I've got nothing against that at all, because, you know, I've been on training camps. I've been to Australia for like 2 months blocks for like three years, my first 3 years on Rapid Condo. So, you know, I got nothing against that at all, you know. And if you've got the time, the energy and the money, whatever, to go out there, then, you know, it's well worth doing. But I'm just putting it across that, you know, this is what you can do if you don't have that luxury. And just so happens that I haven't had that luxury this year. So in terms of quality over quantity, I am not a change man, because I kind of knew what quality can give you, and like, it's more so for, like, I'm not preaching to like, I'm not preaching to all of you. I'm only preaching to a few of you. Like, there's a few people in my local area that I know can benefit from just hearing this and hearing the results that I've got from it. So it's just something I wanted to share with you. I hope it's made a bit of a difference. So, all right, quick little update. Whoa. He fell over. Quick little update. This coming Thursday, so tomorrow actually, or today. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm gonna put this video up today. The KISS Community League is starting tomorrow night, Thursday night. Now, a lot of you will know the KISS Super League, which Bibby won the first round of last week, which is obviously open to the pro teams and what have you. You know, I'm not doing that one, but the Community League, I'm riding with the Cycling Hub team. Those of you will know them pretty well if you follow them on Instagram in particular. Racing for them is going to be really exciting. I'm doing live streams now as well, which I'm trying to get the hang of. So that's going to go down Thursday, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Make sure you be there, or better still, be on your bike, because as much as I'd like you watching me doing things, I much prefer you riding your bike. So I'm gonna catch you then. Have a good one. See ya.